good to have a single digital video chip engine that can handle all the formats of high definition video instead of creating multiple chips for each of those formats. So that was the birth of our single engine for multi-format high definition video, where we are able to handle in a single video core all types of content coming into a HD system that again has found a tremendous acceptance in the market. Just to stress the point that R&D is not the only place for innovation. This is an example of marketing innovation, where in addition to providing the IPs, we have ventured into doing a little bit of what our customers need to do with our IP. It's good to do some part of your customer's work. Not good to do everything about it, because then they are going to feel a bit threatened. But if you can do a bit of that and help them save the time, help them save their own R&D dollars investment into their program, they are going to appreciate that a lot, and they're going to come to you again and again. So in addition to creating the IPs, the pictures that you see here are what we call as reference designs or prototype, to use a simpler language, that that's almost part of what the customer has to do to create their product. So if you can hand the IP, not in the form of maybe an algorithm, not in the form of a code, not in the form of an RTL or a Verilog, but in the form of a semi-finished product, customers have a lot more confidence that your IP is not just working in the labs, but it can work in a real-world environment. They can test it, they can plug it into a network, they can plug it into the lab and see it is a working prototype, and they can go very quickly from that to the market. So it helps to save the customer time to go to the market, their own R&D savings and so on. So this is a marketing type of innovation we introduced. Coming to the process side, on the development side, we have heavily reused technology. One thing you may want to remember when you create these new interesting ideas and technologies is that how can it be reused? Find ways by which your idea can be used by others. Remember that an idea of yours used by another person is not a threat for you. It will make your idea much more valuable. When billions of people use your idea, you will probably become the richest person in the world, right? So find ways by which the ideas, the core technology can be reused. An example of our core digital AV technology being reused is shown in this chart, where it is going again into portable media players, camcorders, video phones, video conferencing systems, as well as IFE systems. And therein you get a much more leverage, much more return on investment for the innovation effort that you're putting in. Customer confidence is very important. As I mentioned, already mentioned during the introduction, that Ethium is quite happy, quite proud to be rated by our customers amongst 50 or 60 suppliers of DSP IP in the world. We have been rated the most preferred supplier by our customers for 3 years in a row, 4, 5, and 6. This survey was not done in 7, and it has been done in 2008. Results are already available. Although it's not public, I can mention that we have again won this award in 2008 as well. So we are maintaining this for the last 4 years. So this is another encouraging and motivating award for Ethium to be receiving the NASSCOM award, which HP Labs also received in the same year as Ethium. Just to conclude, I wanted to mention, as I said, about taking the idea to the result, just a few charts to create that point in an impact. When you have a very good idea, please remember that it still has a very huge potential to be realized. I think that's the key thing here. A good idea, a great idea, is still a big potential to be realized. And when you marry that idea with a poor execution, that still remains as an idea, right? You combine it with the poor execution, it's still a great idea. I think you are going to be patted for having got that idea. And if you can combine it with at least an average execution, you're getting it to a stage where you can create some dilemma in the minds of the people. Is it good? Is it not so good? Should I fund it? Should I go further with it? But if you can combine it with benchmark execution, then it becomes a success story. Then you can take it all over the world. And the last chart here, just to give an idea and to recap the whole thing, if you can think of innovation as a competitive advantage, not only for the company and the customers, and just keep in mind that it need not be limited only to R&D, although R&D is a very prime function to create that innovative instinct in the company, but can also be applied in development, sales, support. You can create business impact. Some of those examples shown here on this chart in terms of the patent filings, in terms of customer base, in terms of so many millions of products in the world today that are using our technology embedded inside. Maybe it will give you the confidence that you can indeed take your idea into a great success story with a benchmark execution and keep these stars in mind as you do that. So that concludes my talk, my presentation. I must thank the HP team for the privilege to be here to talk to the great and innovative minds of India here today. And thanks to all of you for your attention today. Thank you very much.